Hello once again, audience. Now, this is WTMS signing back, and this is part 2 of my Metroid LP, Metroid NES. Now, it's not mandatory to kill enemies in this game at all because they don't offer EXP, and so it's really not necessary unless you need like energy or missiles. I tend to kill enemies just because I enjoy it, but you don't need to. I also kill enemies because sometimes they'll kind of wrap around and get in your way later, and well, you don't want that. Now, there's kind of I'm kind of try not to spoil things for, you know, future parts of the LP, but there's a weapon called an ice beam, and I'm sure you can kind of imply, or you know, you can kind of figure out what that does. It freezes enemies after one shot. The thing about it is, it makes enemies twice as hard to kill. But my point with that is, it's like, unless you absolutely need to kill an enemy, it's not necessary to get the, what's it called, oh my god, the wide beam, because, or the wide beam, oh my goodness, the plasma beam, I guess it's called? Not the plasma beam, it is called the wide beam. Yeah, sorry, I'm having a mind fuck right now. I haven't played Metroid in forever. There's like no, it's the wave beam, okay. Oh my gosh. Basically, the wave beam allows your beam to go through objects, and it does twice as much damage as the regular beam, as where the ice beam does half as much damage, I guess. Well, it takes twice as many hits because it's off and on freezing. It'll freeze, then they'll take damage, it'll freeze, and they'll take damage, and so on and so forth, making it kind of tedious to actually have to fight enemies. However, my point is that most of the time you can just skip enemies anyway, and you're not going to need to get energy from them that way. If you absolutely need to, then, you know, just kind of spam your attack, and it still makes the game easier, because in reality you can just freeze them and then move past them, and then not have to worry about them. At least that's my outlook on them, since there's really no point to killing enemies in this game, as I previously stated. Now, it feels like I'm trying not to overwhelm you too much per episode, but have to get this stuff through because this game isn't very long. Although there do seem to be a lot of things you need to know about it. You know, to get you hooked in like a Metroid game, I mean, this is where I'd start. I mean, this is probably the least appealing of the Metroid games, in all honesty, but well, that's not true. I'd say the least appealing is probably the second one, which is kind of underplayed. To be honest, I had not ever played the second one, Return of Samus, prior to like a few years ago, or like a year or two. I have to be honest with you, it's rather boring, and the color scheme makes it even worse, so it's just kind of like the most boring, unexciting game that you will ever play. In fact, I wouldn't say like don't play it. I mean, I'd check it out, maybe you'll like it yourself, but sorry about that, my ears started itching. You know, but you don't really need to play that game to know the storyline either, because it's kind of like a side game, really. It's not relevant to the storyline in any way. Well, it is, but it's such a short game. Well, what I mean by that is it's like, it's a portion of the Metroid storyline that's very, very short and just pointless, and I think I accidentally skipped something important. Okay, sorry about this. I totally lost track, and I may have forgotten to get the ice beam. I think this might... Okay, here's another thing you need to know. I did save state, so don't worry. Yeah, this is the right way. There's two... Okay, this is gonna sound weird. There's like... You notice how there's two tunnels on your way to the bombs that I just got? Even though I didn't quite say it, because I'm kind of rushing and not being composed about this LP at all. Yeah, I kind of picked it up without really stating what it was, and this is what it does. Press down and then B, like you would shoot your missiles, you shoot little bombs. Basically, once you have the bombs, if you go to the first tunnel coming back from getting them, you can get an item called the ice beam. Now, this is not the only ice beam in the game. There's actually 2 ice beams in this game. The second ice beam, however, you need the first ice beam to get, which is the reason that I find it extremely odd that 2 ice beams were placed in the game in the first place, since there's even if you got the wave beam and you like needed a convenient way to get the other one, you couldn't even get it because you need the ice beam to get it. Is what I'm saying. It's like it's really weird. It's almost like they did it accidentally and then just were like, oh, whoopsies. They did fix that later in the remake of this game. There's no need for there to be 2 in a frickin' GBA, but hey, you know, what you gonna do? It's an NES. They had a lot of bugs back then because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Just saying. But anyway, this is the ice beam. It's blue. It freezes enemies on contact. Like this. Well, these enemies are one-shot kills, so you can't really freeze them. This is a multi-hit enemy, so basically you can freeze, and once they're frozen you can stand on them, but it takes twice as many hits to kill them. Now, I've never found this to be a problem, because I'm kind of a trigger-happy, you know, it doesn't really seem like it takes much longer to kill them. I'm actually failing a bit, but the reason for that mainly I think is because the recording system lags the game a lot, at least on my end, sort of, and that sucks a lot for my gaming quality. However, I'm willing to, you know, still put my time into it to share my awesome knowledge of this game with the world. I keep on timing this wrong. Okay, forgive me. If you have the long jump boots, this is easy, but well, okay, now let me explain what that is. Damn it. Maybe I should have done the remake because it's kind of straightforward. Okay, I'm gonna continue with this LP, but I'm just gonna assume that anyone who is watching this knows what Metroid is, and I'm not gonna explain any of the mechanics like I normally would. Sorry. I'll still explain some of them, ones that you may not know, but I'm not going to show off every little thing, especially if it's useless, like the door glitch, where if you get like stuck in a door and then you like press up and shit, or like ball and then press up, it's useless, and you probably don't even know what I'm talking about because I'm rambling now. But anyway, the next part of the game, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to Norfair, basically, which is where the majority of the game takes place, because it's such a huge labyrinthy like area. Sorry, checking the time again on my timer, because there's really no indication for me when my time is up, and if I haven't already said this in my previous videos, of either my Pokemon or my Summon Night Soulcraft Story LPs that I started doing recently. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, for whatever reason, I just uploaded 23 new Pokemon Emerald videos. The reason for so many is because I have, it's summer and I have lots of free time, and basically each of the videos are only 10 minutes, so yeah, they're not that long. I've gotten like 5 hours of Pokemon recording maybe so far, which is kind of a lot because I pretty much just started the LP, but at the same time it's like I'm actually getting somewhere with it, you know, that's a good thing, right? Alrighty, I don't know if you could hear that because it was like so loud, me pressing the button. It is very hot in my room where I'm doing the recording. Well, that was bad. Usually I'm like never miss guy. Oh shit. What the hell? Okay, but I need to end the video off here. So this is WTMS signing out. Next time we head in Norfair. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, whatever the hell. Anyway, thanks for watching.